right, my dears, this is page 6. We have to remember how to write it in point slope form. So first of all, we need to remember what point slope form is, right? So remember we have when m is equal to our slope and we have a point x1, y1, we can write it in the form y minus, or the opposite of y1 is equal to our slope times the difference of x minus, or the opposite of our x value in that point, okay? Hopefully this looks familiar. We're just kind of reteaching and reviewing today. So, remember, this is our point that they're giving us. So if this is our point, we can label the 5 as our x1 and the 4 as our y1. If you forget which is which, Gary, sit down. If you forget which is which, I always remember they're in alphabetical order, right? X then y. So y, what's the opposite of our y value? -4 is equal to our slope, so you could put 1 in here, times x. What's the opposite of our x value? -5. Now, anything times 1 is just that anything, right, Logan? So we don't necessarily need that one there, but that is totally fine as a placeholder for now. We'll talk about how we're going to rearrange a bit later, but I really want to be sure you're understanding this point slope form. Okay, so we have y and the opposite of our y value. This one is our y value. So what is the opposite of -9? +9. So we're going to add 9 to y is equal to our slope. So I'm writing our slope in here. And then I'm opening my parentheses. And then I just have x, because x minus 0 is simply x, right? So that's it. That's all we have to do. If you wanted to write out x minus 0, that's fine too. Boys, can you get it together, please? So we have y and the opposite of our y value. So we're going to say +1 is equal to our slope, which here is what? -8. And then we're going to open our parenthesis and x minus our x value. That's it. Make sure they're put away, please. All right, now 4 is a little bit different because look at what our slope is. 0. So if we put 0 into this product, our whole right side is going to be equal to 0 because 0 times anything is 0. All right, so all we have to do is write out y. Then what do I put here? -3. Very good. The opposite of 3 is -3. So we would say y minus 3 equals 0. All right, so if you need a reminder, y minus y1 is equal to our slope times x minus x1, where xy is the point we've been given, right? This is x1, this is y1. one. Hopefully you guys are figuring this out. We're just plugging in points, numbers into this form. So why are we going to say plus 5 or minus 5 here? Plus 5, because we're taking the opposite of our y value. We're putting in our slope. We're opening our parentheses. And then do we have x plus 6 or x minus 6? Plus 6, because we're taking the opposite of our x value of our point. I hope so. So now we have y minus 0, right? So we just have y is equal to our slope. And guys, enough. It's not okay to kid about that at all. No, you're not. Your mouth has been running this whole time, and I've asked you multiple times to stop talking. So I'm not going to have to ask you to stop talking again. And what are we subtracting from x here? Van der Waals. What are we subtracting from x? 8. 8 is our x value. 0 was our y value. So we said y minus 0 was just y is equal to our slope times x minus our x value, right? All right, let's do a couple more and then you guys will have that next page. So y plus or minus 4? Plus 4 is equal to our slope, open parenthesis, plus or minus 1? Minus 1, because it's the opposite of our x value. Okay, we're just putting this into our point slope form. Y plus or minus 1? Minus is equal to our slope. Open parenthesis, x plus or minus 7. Minus 7. All right, y plus or minus 7? Minus 7 is equal to our slope. Open parenthesis, x, and x minus 0 is simply x. Y plus or minus 2 is equal to our slope, which is a negative 1/5. Open parenthesis, x plus or minus 9? Minus 9. All right, go ahead and real quick work on page 7 there. And we are going to